Hello everybody, Maven here, and welcome to Season 22. It's finally here, and so it's finally time to test out all of the updated exotic armor and weapons. This is something that we do every season at the start of the season because there's always some amount of exotics that get changes, so let's give them a try and see what the heck they do. Also, another thing that I wanted to bring up that I don't normally say in my intros, if you are new here, consider subscribing. We are so close to hitting 30k, so I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, we got a lot of spicy content on the way that you're not going to want to miss out on. A lot of new builds to go over with these updated exotics as well as brand new exotics, so hope you stay tuned for that. And let's get to the video. Hope you enjoy. So we got here the Astrocyte Verse. You can make enemies volatile when you blink around them. Looks like they have not fixed the text of it though. And also when you blink during your Nova Warp Super, you no longer consume super energy. So I wanted to see how far can we actually blink during our Nova Warp Super. It's not consuming super energy. Dude, we can cross like the King's Fall jumping puzzle with this. Like, that's ridiculous. Look how far we're going. You can change direction too. Man, this might be further than well skating. Like, possibly further than well skating. That's crazy. I mean, there's still a chance well skating goes further, but that is going to be a close contender. I'm going to have to try that out in a separate video, so stay tuned for that for later. And now let's try to blink. Okay, I got to put on blink. All right, boom. And they are now volatile. Yo. Okay, how far? How far do we have to be? This is actually that's kind of cool. Okay, this wizard. So I'm gonna blink right there. Nope, not volatile. Right there? Yes, volatile. So it's like kind of like around 5-ish meters, 5 or 6-ish meters. So not the best, but not the worst. And that's going to be really cool in Crucible, I think. The Astrocyte Verse is probably going to be a very meta option in Crucible, I feel. I like that. I like it. I don't know if I would rock that like in PvE or like main it, but it's cool to think about. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Next up here, we got the Geomag Stabilizers. It says that collecting ionic traces now grants you super energy for Chaos Reach. So let's make sure we have on Chaos Reach, and we have on Storm Trance. All right, so Chaos Reach we go, and now let's go ahead and shoot one of these wizards over here. Generate an ionic trace with our Cold Heart, and watch our super energy go up. Wow, that's not that much. Okay, but you know, with Arc Warlock, you can generate a lot of ionic traces. And, you know, when it starts to add up, it's actually not too bad. Like, it's kind of zooming, honestly. Yeah, like, it's honestly kind of zooming. And I can also get an Arc Soul here, generate ionic traces with that. Let me throw this nade here. And my super energy is kind of farming. You know, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna have to do a Geomag Stabilizers video here in the next week or so. Probably sometime this week, yeah, for sure. That's good. That is good. I like it. Next up, we got the Wings of Sacred Dawn. So you gotta have Dawn Blade equipped, and now they changed it. So when you get a kill with the solar weapon while airborne, you fully reload your solar weapon for free, which I was thinking that'd be pretty cool, something like Gjallarhorn or machine guns. I have Devil's Ruin on me. I think it'd be pretty cool with that as well, so let's go and see. Because if we can get infinite bursts, and we can just infinitely burst, we can infinitely burst with it. Let's go! Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm dead. But yeah, that's pretty cool how we can just like infinite burst spam with the Devil's Ruin. Let's go and try this some more. Alright, so jump. Whoa! Wait a second. I overflowed my magazine. I think they also said in the patch notes that it overflows your mag. That is awesome. That is so cool. I love it. Okay, hold on. Let me go hit this wizard here. Yo, there's probably a lot of awesome combos with this because that is sick. Okay, I didn't reload my magazine there. There we go. See, even if I'm single firing, it'll still put it back up to full. That's awesome. I still, like, I feel like this is going to be used for like niche speedruns, you know, if like they're trying to break a world record and they need some heavy ad clear, they can just throw on this with like Gallarhorn. And I think that'd be cool because you can overflow the magazine. So like imagine putting like 3 or 4 rounds of Gallarhorn in the mag. That'd be good burst damage for a boss, you know? So there's something that I wanted to test with the Icefall Mantle. Now it's similar to things like the Eternal Warrior and Path of Burning Steps and the Fang Pauldrons, except those are self-explanatory. You get a Void Melee, you get the highest tier of damage buff. Your Fist of Havoc ends, you get the highest tier damage buff. You get a Solar Nade kill, you get the highest tier damage buff. For Icefall Mantle, it happens when you activate your class ability. So my question is, can I activate and then deactivate? And boom, I have stasis weapon boost ×4, and my movement isn't slowed. So I just get it on command, a ×4 boost whenever I want, but it doesn't last that long, and then my barricade takes forever to charge. So it's kind of like Mask of Bacchus in a way, but for stasis weapons only. That's not too good in my opinion. That's kind of questionable. Next up, we're testing the ACDO feedback fence. So now when you take damage, you jolt targets, and when you melee, you get armor charge. So you can jolt when you're not on a arc subclass now. So I'm on solar right now, so let's go see. So it says melee hits. I don't know if that means when you get hit or when you hit. So I'm gonna throw a baby hammer here. Got a big old lag spike. And it looks like I did get armor charge for that. And now, boom, look at that. Hit him with the melee, get 2 stacks of armor charge because I have stacks on stacks. And I'm making too many sunspots. There we go, they're getting jolted. They're not getting jolted though because I don't have armor charge. So I need to get armor charge and then get meleeed. Okay, I need to get armor charge. Yeah, that's not too bad, but it's still not worthy of running, you know? Like I mean, in Crucible, that could be kind of interesting, like maybe, but still, Dune Marchers are just going to be better than that, and it's not really worth the exotic slot for PvE either. So let's move on to the next one. Next up is Hallowfire Heart. Solar takedowns while in a sunspot create a sunspot. So the other abilities are the same. So let's go ahead and make a sunspot here. Please. Please. There we go. And now I have to get solar kills. So and you should make a sunspot, but you don't. And you should make a sunspot, and you don't. I'm in a sunspot, right? I am in a sunspot. Right there. There we go. There's a sunspot. Standing there. Get that kill. There's a sunspot there. Can I get another kill, please? Okay, so it kind of works, but it's just still not better than the other like things that you would run on Solar Titan, like Synthoceps or Loreley. It's like, why would I use this? It like forces me to be immobile and stationary, sitting in a sunspot, you know? It's cool for situations like that, where I can just chill back here and farm sunspots in that area. But, you know, I'd rather just use Synthos or Loreley if I'm gonna play on Solar, you know? I feel like there's no reason to really use this. All right, we got Lucky Raspberry here. So now you get a fixed amount of grenade energy based on the amount of enemies you target, or like tier of enemy you target or something like that. So before you could hit a target and not get any nade energy back, but now you're gonna get nade energy back regardless, but you just won't get like your full grenade energy back ever again, I don't think. So it also stuns overload. So let's go see how much super energy we get back. Let's go and throw it here. And we get a very small amount of grenade energy back. All right, let's get some motes. Okay, let me try to get a full chain here. And I get barely anything back at all. Yeah, that's actually a huge nerf. I was expecting a lot more than that, and it's definitely underwhelming. I was expecting to get like at least 75% of my nade back, but that is definitely not enough. Let me try it one more time here. Let me wait for all these enemies in the cave to spawn, so that we know that we are for sure getting a full chain. All right, there's a bunch of enemies in there. Okay, we got it all back. Try it again. And barely anything. So yeah, it's dead, guys. Don't use the Lucky Raspberry. There's no use for it anymore. And don't you find it strange how they had to nerf Lucky Raspberry but not Antaeus Wards? You know what I mean? Next, we got the Foetracer. This got a huge rework, so now it has monochromatic maestro, basically. So if we deal damage with a subclass or an ability, and then we damage a target with a weapon matching the element of the ability we just used, we will generate an elemental pickup such as a Void Breach or a Fire Sprite, Stasis Shard, Tangle, Ionic Trace. So we're on Arc right now. Let's go ahead and damage a target here with the Arc Bolt Grenade. And, okay, it looks like I'm kind of overkilling them right now. Not sure what to do about this. But this wizard should not die. And now I kill it, and it generates a trace. But then again, I have Spark of Ion, so the wizard was jolted. So, not sure if that actually worked. But, you know, the synergy's there. And this could have some pretty cool implications. We just gotta think about it. Because we don't really know yet. If you could bypass like Tangle cooldowns and Fire Sprite cooldowns and just generate a million of them, then that would actually be pretty sick. So let's actually try this out here. We're on Solar here. So let's see if we can create a Fire Sprite by damaging one of these wizards. And then killing it with a Solar weapon. And boom, Fire Sprite. Now the question is, can I do that again? To bypass the cooldown, and there is a Fire Sprite. I don't know if we had yet bypassed the Fire Sprite cooldown. I wasn't really paying attention to the timer on the screen, but if we can do that and just like generate, you know, these things everywhere, that'd be pretty cool. It is neat, but we just have to really think about how we can use this effectively, because I don't know right now. All right, we got the Monarque here. They move this into a true lightweight archetype, so now it's going to draw quicker. However, they did increase the poison damage by 50% while also reducing the duration of it. But they said that overall that will increase the damage output of the Monarque in PvE, so it should be doing more damage than before and also shooting faster than before. So let's go to Carl over here. Okay, I think before we were doing like 12k damage to the head. Okay, I need to do a side-by-side comparison. I'll pull up a clip of damaging Carl like before the nerf or buff or whatever, and so we can like see what damage we were doing before. And I'll like I'll put a little screenshot on the screen, or like a little clip right here on the screen, and I'll zoom in super wide so you can see the damage we're doing before versus now. And apparently we can draw a little bit quicker, so we can just kind of like spam hip fire at enemies. I like it. I'm gonna have to really do more testing with Monarque, so I'll probably do like a follow-up build video for Monarque, because I actually think this could be very significant and be one of the top weapons in the meta. Alright, so the Vex Mythoclast got moved down in RPM from 390 down to 360 to match the 360 RPM auto rifle archetype. However, they did increase the damage against minors and majors by 25%. So in theory, if we can actually kill Carl here, okay. Oh yeah, you can definitely notice how much slower it is. But if we can kill Carl here with the 3 linear shots, that would be bueno. That would be very good. So let's give it a try here. Oh, where's my Ensnaring Slam? I have the new strand aspect on. Yeah, nowhere near it. Is this gonna be is this a buff or a nerf? I think this should actually be like better for the gun. You know, we're losing out only 30 RPM, but we're getting plus 25% damage. Like, I think it's worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think that's worth it. By the way, if you want to see what all the new strand aspects do, I uploaded a video on that earlier today. Go check the channel, it'll be there. The Touch of Malice got a rework. I'm sorry I don't have the catalyst, I just never cared, because the Touch of Malice always sucked. But now they gave it some substantial buffs. Like, you can no longer die to self-damage with it, and they also buffed the damage when you're on your final shot by 20%. And then they also gave it some like this pseudo unrelenting perk, and when you get multi-kills, you'll get like 75 health back, which should be like a little more than a third of my health. So let's see. I should no longer die to this. And it's true, I'm not dying. Now, I'm gonna die in one tap to anything, so let's be careful. and I did not get health back. Triple kill, and I did get health back on a triple kill, so it's not too bad. Get a little bit of health back there. I still think to use it, you're gonna want to be on Solar Warlock or something like that. And this should do increased damage, 8,300. I'm gonna die to that snipe. I dodged it because I'm so good at the game. And that's actually melting Carl. You know, I test a lot of stuff about against Carl on my channel, and I can tell you that's melting. So not too bad, but my question is, will it beat the Outbreak Perfected for raid boss DPS? Like, when everybody runs out of heavy for like Caretaker, for example, do you use the Touch of Malice or do you use the Outbreak? Honestly, I feel like the Outbreak is still going to be the way to go, so I still don't think there's really a use for this thing. I could be wrong though, but personally, I don't really like it. Okay, so the Two-Tailed Fox, it says that it got updated to be a 3-round burst, even though the Catalyst still says that it shoots a second rocket with the second shot. So we'll see if that's true. Nope, it is now a 3-round burst. So I can't help but think that this is going to be straight up a DPS decrease for the Two-Tailed Fox, and I don't think anybody can really argue that. Like, unless they up the damage to compensate, but it's really feeling like a Eyes of Tomorrow right now. And I think that this actually really hurts the gun. It'll help the consistency because there was problems when 2 rockets came out at once, but I think it's just going to make the gun overall a worse weapon. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. Winner of the day for me has probably got to be the Warlock exotics, like the Geomag Stabilizers for sure. Astrocyte Verse is going to be really interesting, and the Wings of Sacred Dawn could potentially be very useful for some things, and it was very fun to use. I think the Warlock is the big winner here of the day, and I also like the change to Monarque. I feel like that's actually going to be awesome for PvE. It's going to hurt a little bit for PvP, but honestly, and I may do a hot take on this on a shorts video later, but it actually could be a buff for PvP if you think about it. Because, you know, you're still going to 2-tap any resilience to the body regardless. So the fact that it has a quicker draw time just kind of helps it. It's just, it kind of kills the hot swapping of it. Anyways, that's besides the point. That's for a different video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and drop a comment. If you are new here, consider subscribing. We got a lot of spicy content on the way. As you can see, my inventory is chock full of exotic hand cannons because hand cannons just got a massive buff. So in the next video, we will be testing out all of the buffed hand cannons to figure out which one is the best. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, stay tuned for that because that will be coming out very soon. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.